tickets and wound up being the games that were like, okay, this game got a little crazy. And the Bucks, it wasn't a surprise to the betting to the better in the Bucks win. It was a surprise to the media. It was a surprise to the novice, the people that are just watching football on Sunday. But for us bettors, we knew that that was a live game. That's like a race 5 over at Belmont, and you know that 7-1 is live, and that 3-2 is kind of a joke. You know what I mean? Because everybody named Mama at the track want a sure thing. You can't chase. That's the biggest discrepancy in the NFL. Don't chase the sure things. You got to chase the ones that kind of make you think a little bit sometimes. You know what I mean? And that's why I love this game. Let's talk about the Colts and the Texans, Jeff. I'm going to let you kick this one off. We got 2 winless teams here. No surprise there. They were expected to lose last Sunday. They're division rivals. Who wins this game and why?
My opening number had Texans -1 with a 40. It is now flipped at Circa, where Indianapolis is a 1-point favorite with a 40. First one to 21 wins this game. What did I see last weekend? Houston played a real good first half, and then the Ravens kind of leaned on them and took care of business the way they were supposed to. A Colts team that played a little grab ass early, then a little back and forth. You saw what Anthony Richardson was all about. He had a Russian touchdown. He made some throws. The completion rate, I think it was at around 67%. So the opportunity was there to win. They just didn't pull it off here. Bought the hook, took the Colts to +2. Keep an eye on the injury report. Is Richardson going to play? He talked in the presser after, said he was more upset about the loss than his knee. He'll be fine. They have a decent backup with Gardner Minshew, which I don't think the Colts will trade him to the Jets. Which would be a good move for the Jets probably at this point down the road as well. But again, wouldn't be shocked if Houston pulled this one off. It'll be which defense is better. Again, I'll say this on a lot of these games. If Richardson plays like we expect, how many turnovers does he have versus the rookie with Houston? But we're going to take the points here, Pops. 21-20, either which way would get us to the winner's circle, Pops.
Man, I love it. All right. So I'm going to actually be a little different here this week. And I think that, Jeff, you got a great analyst on this one. And I think that's really a lot of thinking of the sharper players, because you're a sharp player, very sharp player. So that's a sharp, wise guy play in a sense, because when you look at the Texans, you're going into this game, Texans are going to be very, very pumped up because it's a home game. It's a guaranteed sellout because they got their rookie, their face of the franchise. They got their big-time defensive player who's seen as the next great edge rusher. And then they got the home cooking with the head coach, a guy that they cheered for a decade, in D'Amico Ryan. So, the Texans got some excitement going into this game. It's going to be exciting for them. So the best thing for the Colts to do is to go in here and play spoiler. But I truly feel that it's a work in progress with Richardson. Let me tell you why. First half, 15 for 19, 169 yards, touchdown. He finishes up the game. I think I'm getting the stat now. He finished up the game, and it wasn't good after the 15-19. When the game got to where the game needed to, when the game got tough, it got tough for him. You know what I mean? And I know Houston probably doesn't have the defense yet that can really, have some say. But here goes my point. He went 15 for 19. After that, he wound up going 9 for 18. So he was damn near at 90% at that point. By the time he finished up, he was at 65% on the completion rate. It looks good, but when it came down to the clutch moments of the game, he was only a 50% thrower. And that's something that you have to look at. He's a work in progress. And what happened was the Jaguars knew that they're in a game that they're going to win. They knew it. And they knew that let's just get to the fourth quarter. and he's not going to know we're sending at him anymore. We're going to make this real vanilla for him early, so it's going to look like. And we have to also factor in that there was a fluky defensive touchdown in that game as well, too. You know what I mean? So it made things a little spicy with the pepper. So now you got a game where everybody's going to look at this as they top dog of the week, Jeff. And this is where you're going to get in trouble. Okay? This is where people get in trouble at. And I'm telling you right now, the Texans are going to be ready to run through a wall after watching that game film and knowing how much they left on the field Sunday. There was so much to be desired with the Texans, and you know it, Jeff. You know that. And so I think that they're going to have a really good step-up game here. CJ is going to be very impressive to the home crowd. It's not going to be all season, but this is the game where he can showcase how good he truly is against this Colts defense that is kind of shaky, kind of watery. You know what I mean? They're kind of holy, and we'll see how it goes. And I really do feel that the Texans win their home opener. I'm taking them with the minus 120. I think it's a strong play, but this is another 50-50 play by everybody. We all know this, Jeff. We all know this. So we'll see.
Absolute coin flip game.
Yep. So, pick a side. And usually in a game like this, a guy like me likes to play the over-under. Let's keep it real. Just watch the scoreboard and get the hell out the way. You know what I mean? But taking the winner, I'm going to roll with the home team. But Richardson's impressive. I know Richardson's going to get a lot of people excited. I thought I saw Cam 2.0 in that first half, 15 for 19, 160 yards. I said, I've been at this movie before where you said you had a quarterback that's not going to be this good, and he